Hi everyone, for this video we are going to be trying out something a little bit different. It's not a coloring tutorial, it's sort of a semi-pen review type thing. Now I've got two pieces of paper which I'm going to be swatching on. Now I don't normally swatch colours, but this you'll see why as we go. I've got a piece of A4 laminate which I'm going to put underneath the page in each book. Oh, I've got some writing there. Because I don't know whether the pens that I'm going to be using are going to soak through the page. So I'm going to use it to protect the page behind. I'm going to keep the page in the book, so I've got something to lean on. But I'm just putting this piece of laminate behind each page. Now this is layout paper. I'm doing black and white, you'll see why. I'm going to compare the two. Now layout paper is very, very thin. So I'm checking for bleed through as well for things. But what we're doing is we're going to be comparing metallic items, okay, to see how well they work. We're going to start with pencils. Going to move on to pens, and I've got some new pens to try out, metallics as well, so we're just going to try different things. I'm going to start with these pencils. Now these are Prismacolor Verithin pencils, and these are metallic silver and gold. So I'm going to try them first on the white. The reason I've got black is because quite often metallics show up better on black. You can't see. There we go. You can see how much better that shows up on the black paper. So it's just so that you can see a little bit better. So that's the silver, and this is the gold. Now I'm not normally over impressed with pencils on white. You can see that is catching the light. The silver tends to catch better than the gold always, I find. You can see how the silver in every metallic item that I use. So next I'll try a next pencil. Actually, I might write beside it what it is. That's the Prisma, just so we've got a note. It's not very neat, and I realise it's quite far away, but we're going to be doing things like this, so you need to see. So this is a Giorgione classic colour pencil set which I was sent by Grabie, and within this set there is a gold pencil which I actually find quite good, so I thought I would include it. But there's only a gold, there's no silver, but I rather like the tone of gold that we get with this. You can see it's quite different to that one, but when we tip it to the light, I think it catches the light better than the other gold. Maybe you may not agree. So that's the Grabie one there. I like the colour, it's more yellowy. I'm just going to put it away. If I don't put away as I go, I'm going to get in an awful mess. So pop that away. Ooh, doesn't want to go back in, sorry. Right, there we go. Next is these. All my piles collapsed. Polychromos. I have gold, silver and copper in here, but I find this lid really hard to take off. There we go. But not on the top layer. So I'm going to move aside and pull out the layers. Oh, I think it's on the next layer. I always mix my layers around. No, of course it's on the bottom layer. So here we have them. Oh. So we'll start with the silver. And we'll put it there as well. You can see how it looks so bright on the black paper, which is why I'm doing it on black, because I think they're designed to go on black, I reckon, really. See, this one is very pale, you can barely see it, but on the black you can. And this is the copper. Right polys by there. And there's the copper on the black paper. So let me turn the page, you can see how those catch the light a bit better. Huh? That's interesting. But a lot of people aren't too impressed with those. Now Derwent do a set of metallic pencils and they're watercolour, and I don't have them. My mum has them, but she's never offered to lend them to me. But I'm sure she would if I asked her. I just haven't. I get the impression that those are better. My next are Bambino Jumbo crayons, or pencils really. They certainly are jumbo, and they have a gold and a silver. See how chunky they are. So we'll try those. So here's the silver, and on here, and the gold. Call those jumbo, so I know. I'll tip that up too. Now you can see it catches light a little bit, but with Bambino the actual pencils on the crayons are very, very matte, so having these as a sort of shiny is quite nice, whereas normally with pencils, the pencils are quite shiny anyway. Just sort of catch the light a little bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to put those away. I'm making a lot of noise while I do this. There we go. Now I have these. These are the Bambino crayons. I think they're going to be the same, but I thought I would just grab them out anyway as we were get a proper test. So I'll do the gold there. Like Bambino. And gold there. And silver. I'm pretty sure that their pencils are really just their crayons in a wooden case. I think they're the same. Okay. So that's pencils. But with a pen, can we get a better effect? I think I know the answer. But let's start with some metallic pens. These to start with. Oops. So these are, I picked out 3 from this pack, which are silver, gold and copper, I felt. Oops. So we'll try these. I'll just drop them in my lap, I'm sure it'll be fine. So there's the silver. Might not even be able to see it. There's the silver. It looks very white. I think this is the gold. There are different shades of gold. I just picked, you can see how much more vibrant it is when you look on the black paper. I think it's catching the lights, it's not brilliant. So these are Grabby pens. And I'll just turn them so you can see them better. Okay, so those are those. Then I have these. These are Posca pens, but I don't have a gold, it's run out. So I just thought I would show you. I'm going to have to get a scrap of paper, bear with me. You have to shake them and pump them sometimes to get them to work. I'll show you that process in a minute. It's not working because I've got brand new pens to try out, and I'll show you how to get them started. So there is, it still doesn't want to write, there we go. There's a gold Posca. Like that. And we'll do the other ones that I've got as well. I've got pink. it doesn't want to work. There we go, a pink. I'm just sort of showing you them because I happen to have them. I could show you all the ones from my other metallic pen set, but there's too many really. Here's a red. It's just because I don't have any gold or copper, so I thought I'd just show you a few. Red and green. And there's a Posca. Now what I prefer about the Posca to the Grabie is that the ends are a little bit finer. You can see they're nice and shiny. But that's the only thing really. The colour range is much smaller. Whoops. So there is that. Next we are going to try something. Yeah. we have a sparkly pen. These are from Grabie as well. I'm only going to try the gold because I don't have any of the silver one left. But this is a glitter. So this is Grabie Shans. And you can see that it catches the light much better when it's got glitter in it than when it doesn't. Okay, so that's a glitter pen. And I've got some Castle ones to try out with you. Now, I've got loads of Castle. Oh, hang on, let's do this one. This is a Pentel hybrid, dual Pentel hybrid. It's just silver and it's a glitter. Let's try that one out for you. I'm going to put that one beside there. You can see it on the black. So that is a Pentel silver glitter pen. I can see that one. Okay, now I've got some Castle glitter pens, so I'm going to pick out a few in the case. I think we'll go, this one looks like it's gold to me. Whoop. Try, my sleeve is caught on the Velcro. I've got my cardigan on. I've got my cardigan that I got for Christmas. Really nice and soft, and it caught on the Velcro of the bag, so that's an ideal. So that's that to me. I don't know if it's probably the gold. This one, oops, this one looks to me like a silver gel with silver glitter in it. And this one is a white gel with glitter, so it doesn't, only the glitter shows up, which I rather like. It's not really metallic, is it? Which is what we're trying to look for. And we've got a yellow. No, I think we'll leave that. We'll leave those. So that's our Castle. But we have another set here. Those are glittery. See, I've got a few more glittery metallics in this envelope. This one, it's a bit lighter than that one. Getting all these pens and pencils together, it just made me realise how very spoiled and lucky I am with all of my lovely materials. That's a funny colour. It looks green. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. So there's that one. And we have a yellowy one. I don't know if it's going to look gold. It's just going to look yellow. I'd say yellow, definitely. Look, it's quite a different colour on the black paper. Oh, we need to write Castle. Castle. There we go. So that's the Castle ones of glitter, but we've got some Castle metallics, which might be different. Oops. Let's have a look at those. We won't do loads because there's quite a lot here, but I should do the silvers and golds, I think. So I think that is probably a silver. That's quite dark, actually. Ooh, this makes quite a scrapey noise on that paper, doesn't it? This one I think is probably more of a silver. Now I'm thinking, apart from this difference with glitter, the silvers and golds are all quite similar really. There's certainly a difference between pens and pencils with regards to shine. I think the pens don't need to catch the light in quite the same way as pencils. Oops. And this is the last one I'm going to try, which is another gold. So that's Castle metallic. That's Castle glitter. Okay. About my messy writing, but I'm trying to be quick. Let's just pop these away. Again, if I don't do it. Now I've got a new set to try now, which is exciting. If I can get my pot stirrers done. Okay, this is a set that I got for Christmas. My parents gave me this set with a set of postcards, which is nice. So these are Staedtler Design Journey metallic markers. I'm going to open these up. Now they say on the back, no pumping or shaking required, which is interesting because with Poscas you do have to do that. And with the other set I'm testing. Woo! So they all slide out. Okay, so let's go for it. Let's try the silver first. Look at the nib. It's like a felt pen. Oh, it's nice and bright. Look at that. On the wow. So that's our silver. Here's our gold. That's a pretty colour. So it's sort of antique gold, I would say. I'm going to try the others as well. I think this is pink, but it might be red. It looks pink to me. And green. And blue. The nibs don't seem too thick. They are 1 to 2 mil nibs, it says. Okay, so those are those. I've written on. Those are Staedtler. So that's interesting. And I'm going to tip the page. We haven't done it for a while to show you the shine of the various pens. Now our last set are interesting. Now Grabie have sent me these to review, so this is sort of the review really. And there are 3 packs of pens, 3 pens in each pack with different nib sizes. There's a 1 mil, a 1 to 3 and a 2 to 3 mil in each pack. I'm going to show you how they come from this pack. I've opened 1 pen from each pack, the finer nibbed ones, to try out. But so they come wrapped in a plastic sort of layer, which I'm going to just remove to just show you how it all works. So remove this plastic off the pen. These are how Posca pen. I've just broken my nail. Oh, never mind. Now the plastic is very static and it wants to stick to my hands as I try and throw it in the bin, which is really useful. But I'm going to peel it off. It's not too difficult to peel off really. She says, making a pig's ear of it. Right, there we go. So the first job, as I try and get the plastic off my hand, is to shake it. You can hear there's a ball inside. And then what you have to do is pump it on a piece of scrap paper, which I've got here. And you can see the nib colour. And you just pump up and down like this. And as you do it, you see the nib changes colour. It isn't doing it yet. As the paint starts to flow down it. Here we go, can you see? And there we have silver paint coming out. I'm going to, gosh, it's quite a big puddle of paint I've got on there. I don't want to put my arm in that. So I'm going to show you actually the finest tip of these. So this is the 1 mil. I think I'm just checking. There's a 1 to 2 and a 2 to 3. This is the 1. It needs pumping, I think, or shaking. I should have just done it with the other one. There we go. So there's that one. I've gone over the top of it itself and I don't think it liked that very much. We'll do it on there. I'm going to do a fresh one because I went over the top. It's gone really black. Maybe I need to shake it. The board has got stuck. Can you hear? It's not shaking. Oh, it seems to be drying. Actually, and that's disappearing. Ah, no, it's just the way it's catching the light. It isn't black at all. It's just wet. Okay, so there's the silver. Now it's designed, these are designed for using on all sorts of things. So on the back it says handicrafts, DIY, model colouring, highly pigmented, special chrome ink which can present an unparalleled mirrored effect on all smooth surfaces such as plastic, glass, wood and rubber. High gloss effects can be created on most surfaces. So they've sent me 3 different colours. So as I say, I've opened one of each, so I'm going to demo the ones that I've opened. It's just easier. It doesn't want to come out though. So this is the gold. And there it is there. Okay. And lastly, this is like a coppery colour, I think. Oof, it doesn't want to come out of the box. There we go. Now what I found was they look slightly differently when they dried than when they were wet. But if you look at how they catch the light, you can see how much more mirrored they are compared to the others. And if we do a really big wet area, it does actually reflect things in it. You can see, I don't know, it's really difficult to demo it, but if it's very wet it does really mirror. So that's those. Now these I feel are really impressive. I did them on this, on the word you, can you see, and outline on all the words. Now behind the U, that red, that is a glitter pen, and this yellow is also a glitter pen. They're Grabie, they're all Grabby glitter pens. But you can see how different it is, how much more reflective. And in the word art, that's glitter and be with. The top 2 are metallic pens, and the I used the gold on the outside of here and the coppery colour here. You can see that it's really the silver that is the most reflective compared to the gold and the copper, although they are still more reflective than normal glitter pens. So that was really interesting. And I can show you now they've dried a bit, you can still see that they are more shiny than, I mean, they seem quite comparable to maybe the some of the glittery ones, but I think they don't have to catch the light so much. But the next test is the bleed through test. So we're going to rip this page off, turn it over. Now these are alcohol markers, I think. So I was quite worried, and I don't know about the Staedtler. Let's turn it over. Now remember, this is a very, very thin paper. So you can see a bit of the pencil through. But I'm not thinking that there's no bleed through as such. You know, the ink isn't, in fact, probably that has got the most bleed through. But there's obviously lots and lots of ghosting, yeah? So I think what we'll do is we'll do it on a normal piece of paper. We'll get a photocopy piece. Bear with me. So this is a piece of copy paper from my printer. And I think we'll use a few of the pens on here just as our last little test. So this is the coppery coloured one. Let's put on a decent layer like that. Let's do this is a Staedtler gold. In fact, let's do the dark colour. Let's do the blue because it's dark. This is the Staedtler blue. What else should we do? Should we try? What have I got hanging around? We have got, whoops, I've been trying to put things away. We have got the copper from the Grabie metallic pens as well. And we'll do a pencil just so we can compare. This is the this is a very thin Prisma pencil. Let's do a thicker layer. Let's really push down there. So there's a thick, really thick layer pencil. And let's turn that over. Now that last one is the that one is the copper, is this. So I think you're going to have to be really careful. We get ghosting with these two as well, but that one, it's not bled through, but I think any more layers and it would do. But obviously this is really thin paper, so I think I would definitely be happy using them on a postcard, on a single-sided book. But I think with a double-sided book, I would absolutely go to that test page, test it, see whether 1 layer or 2 layers, 3 layers, what you can get away with, how badly it goes through the paper. So even these, there's a bit of ghosting. I don't really like ghosting when I'm colouring. So I find with Johanna Basford books, the pages are quite thick. You don't tend to get ghosting. And I'm just looking, interestingly, at the black. And there is some, there's a wet patch there. Can you see? You can see a little bit through, which is really interesting. So you can even see it through the black. And those are these chrome pens. And they have one other disadvantage, is there's a bit of a smell, which I think you would expect with this sort of paint. I do find some gel pens have, glitter gel pens have a smell as well. So it's not unique to these pens. But I still think they are amazing, particularly for postcards and things, as I showed you. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting. I think it's very personal as to which you like. Obviously, I really enjoy creating a metallic effect with coloured pencils rather than using a metallic pencil or pen. But sometimes you just want a bit of bling, you want a bit of sparkle and shine. So there's a few different ideas and things for you. And wow, have I got a lot to choose from. I'm very lucky. But there we go. I think that's enough. That gives you some ideas and you get to know what's what in different sets and things. And I think comparing them on white and black is fascinating. Some of them look really, really different. Now it's really neony green there, but it doesn't look it on there. It probably does when it's catching the light, actually. But obviously most colouring books aren't black. There are some that have black pages and things. And I also wonder whether if you did a layer of black first with something and then coloured over, but then you'd lose the, how would you do that without losing what's printed on the page? Tricky. Anyway, but it's given me some things to think about, and hopefully you found it useful and fun. So thank you so much for watching, bearing with me with me making such a mess and scribbling everywhere. But hopefully it's been fun. So there we go. Shiny, shiny. So thank you so much for watching and happy colouring.